Hi everybody, it's Sonia, Sonia K Creations. Come on in, we're gonna get started. It's gonna be a couple real simple but cute projects today. This is a board that I got at their store, but it was from Hobby Lobby originally. So I'll wait for a few more people to hop on. It's been a little while. I've been watching my grandbabies for a few days. I watched them a couple days and I had a lot of things going on, getting a new driveway, so, oh. Somebody named Kinsey is watching. Let me know that you're watching. Give me a, oh, is it gonna let me see? Okay, there we go. I see somebody on there now. All right. So hopefully you guys are having a good day. It's kind of gloomy and cold here today. I was cold. I put a sweatshirt on, so it's been warm, but cold today. Hi, Tammy. It says, I see, it tells me all these people watching, then it only says 3 people watching. It's kind of weird. But at least I'm seeing comments today, so that's good. Last time I went live, I wasn't seeing the comments, so we're just going to get started. So like I said, this is you can see this is originally from the wood pile section, but I got it, I think I actually got it half off of this. I think I got it for $2.50 at Goodwill, but I can't really remember, but it looks like this. It's just it was all scuffed up and really in bad shape, but it was not used really. So I already started. Hi, thanks. Yeah, make sure you guys sprinkle. I already started painting it with moss because it takes a little bit of work to get into these little, into the beaded area. So I didn't want you to have to watch all that, but I kind of wanted to leave some so that you could, so you have something to watch me do, but also so you could see what it looked like ahead of time. But really, you can use whatever board you have, that. You just look in your stash and find whatever you have. So we're using, you're watching, hi Linda. We're using moss, one of my favorite colors. I haven't used my red and white paper. I don't think I've used it for any of my patriotic decor, which I normally do. So those people that say I use that too much, I have not used it for a while. I hadn't even been using moss too much, but I think, what did I do last? What did I make last? Oh, this right here, yeah, that I made with white paint, so I guess it's been a while. Sorry I haven't been going live as much recently. I'm going to try to get back into it. I need to because, I have a craft fair I have to get ready for. Not till November, but it takes me a while to make stuff. But it's just been a lot going on around here. Like I said, I watched my granddaughters for a couple days last Wednesday through Friday of last week so that my daughter and her husband could go out with some friends. They were staying at an Airbnb and going golfing, I guess. My daughter doesn't really golf, but my son-in-law has started. That's his new thing, I think. Okay, so I got that painted except for you can see in those little holes that they're not. So that's what takes a little bit of time. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Mel. Hi, Gail. I got to start posting more and stuff because I just haven't been doing it much lately. So to get in those little holes, I just kind of waste a lot of paint, but it's the easiest way to do it if you're not spray painting it. It's just to put a whole bunch down in there and then get it in there and then then move it around. Then you got to kind of get the globs out of there, but that's okay. You didn't hear my son and his wife are having a boy, so we're going to have our first grandson. So that's exciting. They really want, I mean, of course they would have been happy with whatever, but they were really wanting a boy, so that's fun for them. All right, we almost got it in all the spots, I think. Now I gotta get all the globs off. And I'll probably have to put like a second coat on this, which won't take me very long. Just kind of trying to pick up all the extra paint that's down in there now. Because otherwise it takes forever to dry and it doesn't look that good. Did I do the end now? It's over here. Okay, so we got that painted. Oops, there's some gloves. Okay, we got that painted. We're gonna kind of just set that right there. And then I have a old wooden spoon. I think this was from the Dollar Tree, but you can get them at, you know, anywhere. And I'm gonna paint that moss as well. But these were just some I had in my utensil crock that I've used before, but I have way too many wooden spoons, so I was fine to sacrifice a few of them. I'm gonna use 3 of them, but I already painted 2 ahead of time. So these you won't use these after this. This will just be for decoration. Having a hard time getting the paint not to pool in those little holes. Nice to get you on the live. Congratulations on your new grandson. Thanks, Sue. They haven't picked a name yet, so they're still thinking. I thought they had one, but then I guess my daughter-in-law didn't like it too much, so they're still thinking about it. Okay, so I got a coat on that. That was fast. Let's dry this so we can put another coat on this. Still kind of globby, so I'm kind of wiping some of that off. Hi, Dixie. I'm your favorite crafter. Thank you. Favorite crafter haven't been too crafting lately, but I'm gonna try to. I keep saying it, but this is since Christmas, it's been a little crazy around here. I think I'll get a second coat on this, and then I was thinking we'd do this first, but maybe we'll work on the spoons first, the spoon project, because then this can dry better, because it's going to need another coat. You can see it's got some white spots. Probably not completely dry, but good enough for me. Just go over the spots I think need it. Spot right here down in the little hole that didn't get any paint. I don't know if I can get it down in there. Good enough, I guess. The beads weren't too bad. It was mostly this middle part. Okay, so that's pretty good. We'll just let that set off. Let me see if this is dry enough. I think I'll put another coat on this, a real quick coat. It covered pretty good on the first coat. Okay. All right, so let's move this out of the way. Then we'll move this over here. Oh shoot, what's that say? Thanks, Bonnie. They're gonna be real simple crafts tonight, but that's okay. Okay, so I had two other different wooden spoons, and I painted, it's probably hard for you to tell, but it is pink. If you haven't, here's a white one, so you can probably tell next to, it's hard to tell with the light, but this is very pink. I'm not really pink, but it's this color by Folk Art Home Decor Chalk Paint, Pleasant Pink. So I did that one in white, and this is just like plaster from Waverly, and then one in the pink, and then one in the green. So let me get the green one dry. And we're gonna sand them. I've seen people paint spoons, and I've just never done it before. We're just gonna make some decorative spoons for our kitchen. Because I knew my other project was gonna be fairly easy, so I thought I've been wanting to do this anyway. Trying to not do as much patriotic because I almost did a patriotic thing, but they don't sell as well at my, so I'm trying to make more everyday things for my bazaar and Christmas. The Christmas always sells, but I think I always need more everyday stuff than I have. Okay, that's good. All right, let me move these over here. Okay, then I'm just gonna take my sander and we're just gonna distress these a lot after I did all that work, but I like when it has more of a good coat on there, not kind of streaky. I'll show you once I get this one done. It's really sounding nice, so that's good. Just bringing some of that wood back. Let me wipe it off and then I'll show it to you. It's very dusty, but it looks perfect. I love how the wood comes back. It's a little glossy because it's wet, but it looks really cute. And then we're going to do the same with the pink one. These will just be cute to set in a tray or in your on the shelf, or stick them in your utensil holder when just don't use them. If you put some kind of, I think if you put some kind of sealer that you keep the paint from touching the food or and wouldn't mess them up, I guess you probably could use them, I don't know. But I probably wouldn't. Not because I'm scared. I've never really been scared of, oh, I got white on here. I've never really been scared of, if it's not food safe, I guess it's just me, but kind of got some white on here, but I just kind of rubbed it off in that spot. I'm super clean in my house, but I've never been a germaphobe. I don't know why. Probably because I have Alex who puts everything in his mouth. So I had to not worry about it so much. Okay. That looks pretty good. So we have these two so far, looking cute. Then we're gonna make sure this one's dry. I think it is. Probably should get a new one of these, but I'm not going to. I'll do the same thing. I love the way these spoons look when they're sanded. Let's try not to get some white on this one. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah. Okay, that one looks really good too. I think the darker colors look better because you can see the wood more when you sand it back. So those look cute just like that, but we're gonna do something more with those, but I want to see about this, see if it needs to be dried dried a little bit so it's done by the time we're done with the spoons. So it's dry by the time we're done with the spoons. It's getting there. Just drying this a little bit. Alright, it's not completely dry, but that's okay. Let's let it go off to the side. Now what we're going to do with the spoons is, I have this piece of, what do you call them? A rub-on transfer that came from this book. I've been using it lately. The Madeline transfers from IOD. You can just look online, find IOD, and they give you, they're expensive, these books, but you get a lot of stuff in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to put pieces of this on just to decorate them. Some of them I might put on the back, some of them I might put on the front. I haven't decided yet. think this one I'm going to put on the front. This one I might put on the back. Maybe, I don't know. Not sure yet. We're just going to take a little piece of it and kind of put it on there. No, this one I just said. So I'm just going to kind of cut this up. It's supposed to be like a border, but you can cut these however you want. Let's see, maybe I should put that on this one because it's a little bit longer. Yeah, I'm going to put that on this one, I think. So you just take it off, and then this should be clean and dry, and then you just kind of put it on. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because it has like little holes in the middle, but you can make it work. We'll just push it down into those holes. You take a stick or your finger or whatever you have. And then start pulling it up. Hopefully I let it dry enough because I did wash it with a wipe, so. Once you get it started, it usually comes pretty easy. Having a hard time getting it started here. There we go. Might have not let it dry enough. It is not wanting to come off here. But it is actually, some parts just aren't. Maybe I should have done this one down on the handle. I thought it would just go around those little holes, but it's not wanting to stick. Oh gosh, we're not going to do this one here. We're going to take it off because it's just coming right off. We'll go back to that. Let me sand that part. We'll just sand that off and then it'll look fine. I think we're going to put something down here on the handle on this one maybe. Because you could put this one upside down like that. Let's go back to these ones. Let's make sure they're dry. Start with a different one. Let's see, I think I want to put, let's see if this one works any better. What do I do with it? Can you guys see what I'm doing? Oh yeah. This one seems like it's working a little bit better. Maybe. It should not be difficult. It's going. There it goes. Perfect. So pretty. That's what we were going for. Hi, Mary Lou. That's that one. This one I think I'll do on the back. Let's do this little middle section, I think. Oops. There we go. There we go. We have these two. I'm good, Kathy, thank you. And then I guess this one I was gonna maybe do on the, we'll do something on the, I don't know if this is gonna come off because I was trying so hard. We'll save that. We'll put, kind of wrap it around the thing a little bit. Just kind of wrapping it around the thing and then just rubbing it on there. I might try to put another little remnant up at the top maybe. Okay, that part went on. There we go, that looks good. So I think I might try to put another piece like up there. I have lots of little pieces, so let's try this. I'm gonna try to do it right here where it's not going over those, whatever you call them, those holes. And I'll just put some clear wax over these and seal it. Why is this not wanting to come up here? Where's my scraper? There it is. We're gonna get it on here eventually. I think it's actually coming now. Perfect. Oh yeah, that just gave it just what it needed. So yeah, and then I'll just put them with some clear wax. And they're so pretty, and you could just have like a little, what do you guys think? Do you like those? And then, or you could have them that way. So cute. I'll put a little bit down here. So that's all I was gonna do with those. I thought those were really cute. Let's take all these pieces that aren't used, or that are used up. All right, let's go back to the main project. Oh, you like them? Good. These we're done with. Oh, I need to wash some brushes. I have a whole thing of brushes over there. Okay. All right, so this is not quite dry, but almost there. Leave it open. Yeah, they're super pretty, super simple, but you can get these. These are probably all from the Dollar Tree if I was to guess. I've had them for a while, but you can get the spoons from there. Mainly I want to get the main part of it really dry. The rest in the cracks is not as important right now. Okay. So then I'm going to sand this as well. The outside's going to look more white because it was a white. I mean, the frame part will look more white when I sand it probably, unless some of the wood comes through, but the beads were brown if you remember, so they'll kind of look more brown. You could leave it not sanded, but I don't really like that look. Oh, I just made a, this will sand in here too, because I just made a big mark across it. My sander's getting a little dull. Let me see if I can find another one. I really need to, like I always do, need to get some more. These have all been used quite a bit. Oh, here's one that hasn't been. Yeah, that's better. It's hard to do your the beads and not just get them to have one little dot in the middle, which I don't like that look, so I try to go on the edges and everywhere. Okay, we're getting there. It's hard to get this inner frame done. Makes the frame kind of pop if you get all the sides of it kind of distressed, so. All right, I think that's good until we wipe it off and see. Hi, Brenda. Just wipe it and see what it looks like. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Proud of me, I actually remember to grab some wipes for the live. Yeah, I think I like that amount of distressing. It's good. It's a little more up here than other places, so I'm just going to add a little bit back. Make sure that's the, yeah, it has a sawtooth, so I'm making sure that they're where they're supposed to be. Okay, so let me dry this, make sure it's good and dry for what we're going to do next, and then I'll show it to you. right. Thank you for all the hearts. Yeah, I do too. I love the green. So that's kind of how it looks. Distressed. Not super distressed, but a little bit. All right, so this one, we're going to use the Chalk Couture transfer now. I just realized you cannot get this Chalk Couture transfer anymore, but there's many sayings. You can use stencils, you can use other Chalk Couture things, whatever. This is just the one I had already picked and then realized they didn't have it anymore, and what did I get on it? Hope that's not going to mess it up. But it's backwards to you guys, but it says, be still and know that I'm God, Psalms 46:10. And we're not going to use all the florals, but we're going to use the scripture part. But you know, you can use Chalk Couture, like I said. You can use stencils. You can use, where's that? You can use really anything. I think that's on the front. What is that? I hope I didn't get paint on there. Looks like I did. I don't want to mess it up. I might have to fill in that spot after because there's definitely something on there I got on there. I think I got a little paint on there. See if I can get it off. I got it mostly off. Okay. It's a little sticky, so I'm gonna fuzz it. If you have it, I sell Chalk Couture, no pressure, but if you want it, I kind of marked the top of this so I know where to put it. The middle. That's about right. I put the link to my site and you can go look around. There's lots of different sayings and different things, even though this one is not available. Let's see, could I lower this just a little bit? There we go. And then you just press it down. You can use these. I've used this one many times actually. I have a lot that I have never even used, but this one I have used a lot. And I went back and forth if I wanted white or black, but you know me, I'm gonna go with black just because I don't like white because it's a little too bright. But if you wanted it brighter, you could. So we're gonna use white. Hi Betty, it's good to see you. And I'm gonna find a stir stick because I haven't stirred this in a while. Can't find one. Where are they at? I know there's some in there, I just can't reach them. There we go. Gotta remember I'm not using the florals on here. That's probably about enough. Just put it on there and then it's like a silk screen transfer. Just go over it and it's kind of like a stencil, but there's no open spots. So there's if you get all the bubbles out, which I forgot to really make sure I did, but I think I did, you're not gonna have bleeding. And then you just take off the extra. Like I said, we don't have this one anymore, and I don't usually show things that we don't have, but I already planned this. I thought they still had this one because they've had it for a while, but last I had looked, they had it, but I guess they don't anymore. But you can use whatever. It's just a sign we're making, so you can do whatever saying or what you want. And I love the look of this because it's like a distressed words. I'll show it to you. And it's supposed to be that way, so you can see how there's like the greens coming through a little bit, like on the L, like all the letters, most of them, but. Ernestine, I'm glad you're here. You're new. I'm glad you found me. I'm gonna start. I usually go live 4 to 5 times a week sometimes, but lately not. But I'm gonna try to get back to at least 2 to 3. And maybe 4 to 5 when the holidays get closer. I just dry this. And it looks really pretty like this, but I'm going to zhuzh it up just a little bit. I think I got it pretty much in the center, which is good. pretty much dry. And you can, mine just fell on the floor, but you can watch the transfers over and over and use them over again. Oh, Diana's new too. Yay, lots of new people. All right, so then on this, I'm going to use some more of that, almost the same, you know, I always want to say iron-on, rub-on transfers that I used on here. It's just there was two that looked a lot alike. So we're going to put these on each side of this. I think it'll just be just a little bit of a pop. So we're going to do that. I think we're going to do this one right here. First one is not so crucial, but the second one I want to do exactly where, you know, same distance away from the edge as the other one, as this one. Make sure this is straight. I'd be upset if it wasn't straight. Seems a little bit. You kind of have to make sure you got it where you want it before you lay it down, but I got lucky that it wasn't that stuck, so let's see. That looks pretty good, I think. And then just lay it down and grab that utensil again, which I don't know what I did with it. Did I actually put it away? I don't know. Here's one. Hopefully this one will go on a little bit easier. Okay, here we go. Trying to get every little piece of it off there. Up the side. Close enough. Okay. I'm going to turn it this way. I think it'd be easier if I go like this. And just as you lift and you rub and then you lift, and if there's a little piece of it left on there, you just lay it back down, rub again. So pretty. And you're supposed to burnish it with the paper. I usually just kind of use my fingers, but how pretty is that? We're gonna do one on the other side. Now this one I have to try to get about the same. It's hard to know how to do that because it's kind of different. The pattern's kind of different, so maybe I should just make sure it's about the same distance from there. We're just gonna go for it. I think it'll be fine. We're just gonna say that's good right there. I think I just wiped powder on my sawdust or stuff on my nose. Oh, I just, okay. Let's do that again, turn it this way. Alex he's not very loud tonight. You probably can hear him a little bit, but he has been since Friday. like the loudest he's been in a long time. In fact, we were supposed to go to some friend's house for dinner on Friday, and we did go, but he was invited, but at the last minute, I take him everywhere usually, but I mean, he was so loud, like hurt your ears loud, that we asked my son if he could come over and his wife if they could come babysit, so that's what they did. Oh, that looks so pretty. Okay, so there we have that. Now I have a little butterfly that I cut out of that same pattern or same transfer book that I thought would look pretty somewhere. I was thinking about putting it somewhere by the words, or really look pretty anywhere. I think I'll put it maybe here by the M, so it's just a little coordinating. Hi, Kimberly. So coordinating, whatever you call it. Butterfly. I don't know why I get on here and I can't remember words. That's coming off super easy. You can layer your transfers. You can, like that one on that a little bit, or you can put it all totally on that. Oh, that just made it so much cuter. What do you guys think? I think that's really cute. I think that'll sell at my bazaar, even in the winter. I love it. So pretty. Simple, but very pretty. So this was, like I said, this was a board from the woodpile section, but I got it at a thrift store for like $2.50, and it was kind of all scuffed up, but it was white and it had like brown beads, and I just painted it green and scuffed it up. If you came on late, I'm just kind of recapping. Then put a transfer from Chalk Couture and then some rub-on transfers from IOD. Live Brain. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I don't know. I get on here, I'm like, I cannot remember a single word. And I'm not usually like that. And then if you came on late, you can go back and watch, but we just took some, probably from the Dollar Tree, but I don't know. I've had them for a while. You know, tan, this color tan wooden spoons, painted them different colors, sanded and distressed them, and then added some more of those same transfers, and then I'll put some wax over them to make sure they don't, you know, they don't peel up or whatever. But they're just like a pink and a green and a white. And they kind of all go together. I actually almost put like a kitchen measurement thing in the middle of this. I thought that would be cute, but I like this, so I went with that. But that's all I got for tonight. I know it's something very simple. I've been kind of having crafting brain, like I can't think of what to do, but I know you guys don't have to have elaborate projects every time, and I think as long as they're pretty, who cares how elaborate they are. So anyway, I hope you like it, and I will see you next time. Have a great night. Bye.